It's a hot one today in the Midwest. Especially hot in Phoenix, Arizona. Some record highs. That's news with Chance Carey. Judges, chapter 20. Then all the sons of Israel, from Dan to Beersheba, including the land of Gilead, came out, and the congregation assembled as one person to the land of Mizpah. And the leaders of all the people, all the tribes of Israel, took their stand in the assembly of the people of God, 400,000 foot soldiers who drew the sword. And the sons of Israel said, "Tell us, how did this wickedness take place?" They're talking about the foolery that happened to the concubine and him slaughtering and sending all the pieces to her. So the Levite, the husband of the woman who was murdered, answered and said, "I came up with my concubine to spend the night at Gibeah, which belongs to Benjamin. But the citizens of Gibeah rose up against me and surrounded the house at night, threatening me. They intended to kill me. Instead, they raped my concubine so that she died. And I took hold of my concubine and cut her in pieces, and sent her throughout the land of Israel's inheritance. For they have committed an outrageous sin and vile act in Israel. Behold, all you sons of Israel, give your response and advice here." Then all the people rose up as one person, saying, "Not one of us will go to his tent, nor will any of us go home. But now this is the thing which we will do to Gibeah. We will go up against it by lot, and we will take 10 men out of 100 throughout the tribes of Israel, and 100 out of 1,000, and 1,000 out of 10,000, to supply provisions for the people, so that when they come to Gibeah of Benjamin, they may punish them for all the vile sin that they have committed in Israel." So all the men of Israel were gathered against the city, united as one. Then the tribes of Israel sent men throughout the entire tribe of Benjamin, saying, "What is this wickedness that has taken place among you? Now then, turn over the men, the worthless men who are in Gibeah, so that we may put them to death and remove this wickedness from Israel." But the sons of Benjamin would not listen to the voice of their brothers, the sons of Israel. Instead, the sons of Benjamin gathered from the cities of Gibeah to go out to battle against the sons of Israel. From the cities on that day, the sons of Benjamin were counted, 26,000 men who drew the sword, besides the inhabitants of Gibeah who were counted, 700 choice men. Of all these people, 700 choice men were left-handed. Each one could sling a stone at a hair and not miss. Then the men of Israel, besides Benjamin, were counted, 400,000 men who drew the sword. All of these were men of war. Now the sons of Israel set out, went up to Bethel, and inquired of God, and said, "Who shall go up first for us to battle against the sons of Benjamin?" Then the Lord said, "Judah shall go first." So the sons of Israel got up in the morning and camped against Gibeah. The men of Israel went to battle against Benjamin, and the men of Israel lined up for battle against them at Gibeah. Then the sons of Benjamin came out of Gibeah and struck to the ground on that day 22,000 men of Israel. But the men of Israel, showed themselves courageous and lined up for battle again in the place where they had lined themselves up on the first day. And the sons of Israel went up and wept before the Lord until evening. Sorry. And the sons of Israel went up and wept before the Lord until evening, and inquired of the Lord, saying, "Shall we again advance for battle against the sons of my brother Benjamin?" And the Lord said, "Go up against him." So the sons of Israel came against the sons of Benjamin on the second day. And Benjamin went out against them from Gibeah the second day, and struck to the ground again 18,000 men of the sons of Israel. All of those drew the sword. Then all the sons of Israel and all the people went up and came to Bethel. And they wept and remained there before the Lord, and fasted that day until evening. And they offered burnt offerings and peace offerings before the Lord. And the sons of Israel inquired of the Lord, saying, "Shall I yet again go out to battle against the sons of my brother Benjamin, or shall I stop?" And the Lord said, "Go up, for tomorrow I will hand them over to you." So Israel set men in ambush around Gibeah. And the sons of Israel went up against the sons of Benjamin on the third day, and lined up against Gibeah as at other times. When the sons of Benjamin went out against the people, they were lured away from the city, and they began to strike and kill people as at other times, on the roads on of which goes up to Bethel, and in the field about 30 men of Israel. And the sons of Benjamin said, They are defeated before us, like the first time. But the sons of Israel said, Let's flee, so that we may draw them away from the city to the roads. Then all the men of Israel rose from their place and lined up at Baal Tamar. And the men of Israel in ambush charged from their place, from Merah Geba. They charged from Merah Geba. When 10,000 choice men from all Israel came against Gibeah, the battle became fierce. But Benjamin did not know that disaster was close to them. And the Lord struck Benjamin before Israel, so that the sons of Israel destroyed 25,100 men of Benjamin that day, all who drew the sword. So the sons of Benjamin saw that they were defeated. When the men of Israel gave ground to Benjamin, because they relied on the men in ambush whom they had set against Gibeah, the men in ambush hurried and rushed against Gibeah. The men in ambush also deployed and struck all the city with the edge of the sword. Now the agreed sign between the men of Israel and the men in ambush was that they would make a great cloud of smoke rise from the city. Then the men of Israel turned in the battle, and Benjamin began to strike and kill about 30 men of Israel. For they said, Undoubtedly, they are defeated before us, as in the first battle. But when the cloud began to rise from the city in a column of smoke, Benjamin looked behind them, and behold, the entire city was going up in smoke to heaven. Then the men of Israel turned, and the men of Benjamin were terrified, for they saw that disaster was close to them. Therefore they turned their backs before the men of Israel to flee in the direction of the wilderness. But the battle overtook them while those who attacked from the cities were annihilating them in the midst of them. They surrounded Benjamin, pursued them without rest, and trampled them down opposite Gibeah toward the east. So 18,000 men of Benjamin fell. All of these were valiant men. The rest turned and fled toward the wilderness to the rock of Rimmon. But they caught 5,000 of them on the roads and overtook them at Gidom and killed 2,000 of them. So all those of Benjamin who fell that day were 25,000 men who drew the sword. All of these were valiant men. But 600 men turned and fled toward the wilderness to the rock of Rimmon, and they remained at the rock of Rimmon for 4 months. The men of Israel then turned back against the sons of Benjamin and struck them with the edge of the sword, both the entire city with the cattle and all that they found. They also set on fire all the cities which they found. Dang. Oh my goodness, this is the last chapter. I didn't even realize it. Judges 21, wrapping it up. Now the men of Israel had sworn in Mizpah, saying, None of us shall give his daughter to Benjamin in marriage. So the people came to Bethel and sat there before God until evening, and raised their voices and wept profusely. And they said, Why, Lord, God of Israel, has this happened in Israel, that one tribe is missing today from Israel? And it came about the next day that the people got up early and built an altar there, and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings. The sons of Israel said, Who was there among all the tribes of Israel who did not go up to the Lord in the assembly? For they had taken a solemn oath concerning anyone who did not go up to the Lord at Mizpah, saying, He shall certainly be put to death. And the sons of Israel were sorry for their brother Benjamin, and said, Today one tribe is cut off from Israel. What are we to do for wives for those who are left, since we have sworn by the Lord not to give them any of our daughters as wives? And they said, What one is there of the tribes of Israel that did not go up to the Lord at Mizpah? And behold, no one had come to the camp from Jabesh Gilead to the assembly. For when the people were counted, behold, not one of the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead was there. And the congregation sent 12,000 of the valiant warriors there, and commanded them, saying, Go and strike the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead with the edge of the sword, along with the women and the children. And this is the thing that you shall do. You shall utterly destroy every male and every woman who has slept with a male. And they found among the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead 400 young virgins who had not known a man by sleeping with him. And they brought them to the camp of Shiloh, which is in the land of Canaan. Then the whole congregation sent word and spoke to the sons of Benjamin who were at the rock of Rimmon, and proclaimed peace to them. And the tribe of Benjamin returned at that time, and they gave them the women who they had allowed to live from the women of Jabesh Gilead. But they were not enough for them, and the people were sorry for Benjamin, because the Lord had created a gap in the tribes of Israel. Probably should have just finished them off. Then the elders of the congregation said, "What are we to do for wives for those who are left, since the women have been eliminated from Benjamin?" And they said, "There must be an inheritance for the survivors of Benjamin, so that a tribe will not be wiped out from Israel. But we cannot give them wives from our daughters." For the sons of Israel had sworn, saying, "Cursed is he who gives a wife to Benjamin." So they said, "Behold, there is a feast of the Lord from year to year in Shiloh, which is on the north side of Bethel, on the east side of the road that goes up from Bethel to Shechem, and on the south side of Lebanah." And they commanded the sons of Benjamin, saying, "Go and lie in wait in the vineyards and watch. And behold, if the daughters of Shiloh come out to take part in the dances, then you shall come out of the vineyards, and each of you shall seize his wife from the daughters of Shiloh, and go to the land of Benjamin. And when their fathers or their brothers come to complain to us, we shall say to them, Give them to us voluntarily, because we did not take for each man of Benjamin a wife in battle, nor did you give them to them. Otherwise you would now be guilty." The sons of Benjamin did so, and took wives according to their number from those who danced, whom they seized. And they went and returned to their inheritance, and rebuilt the cities, and lived in them. And the sons of Israel departed from there at that time, every man to his tribe and family, and each one departed from there to his inheritance. In those days there was no king in Israel. Everyone did what was right in his own eyes. There should have been a king, a righteous king, to make sure that vile sin didn't occur. No judge, no jury, no executioner. That finishes up Judges, though. The shortest one yet so far. Only 22 chapters. God bless y'all. I love you. Amen.